You don't care about Americans getting murdered by people who shouldn't be here? You're a communist. What are the consequences of this invasion? It's not just economic. It's not just jobs related, tax related, changing the makeup of our government related, meaning power is apportioned among the states based on population, and a greater illegal population means means more power for that state in Congress and in the presidential elections. But it means people are dying who otherwise would not have died but for the presence of these illegal aliens. People are being raped who otherwise would not have been raped but for the presence of these illegal aliens. And you hear these leftists say, oh, well, illegal aliens don't cause any more crime than regular citizens, or even less. Well, that just misses the core point that those crimes would never have existed but for their unlawful presence, enabled by the federal government and their allied states and localities that allow illegal aliens to stay here without fear of consequence in terms of the rule of law. And it results repeatedly in people and innocents dying. So yeah, that's why I get mad when Congress keeps on funding this murderous invasion. And that's why we sued on a case that has shocked the nation and caused the president to embarrass himself before the nation, the death of Laken Riley, who was killed by an illegal alien present because of Joe Biden. There's beautiful Miss Riley, dead, killed allegedly by an illegal immigrant. And we sued the University of Georgia. There's the illegal immigrant, Jose Antonio Ibarra. She was assaulted and murdered. He's the guy who they arrested, and he shouldn't have been here. No doubt about it. And now the University of Georgia, where she was killed, is hiding records about this incident, and they're doing it without any lawful basis. I don't know who they're trying to protect or what makes them think the law doesn't apply to them, but we're fighting in court now in Georgia. Now, we've got a lot of cases in Georgia now, but we got the Fannie Willis cases that we're suing for, documents, and now University of Georgia. We sued in the Superior Court of Clark County after the police agency, the University of Georgia Police Department, failed to comply with a March 1st and March 14th Georgia Open Records Act request, claiming that the records requested were exempt because they are records of law enforcement in pending investigations or prosecution. Well, the law doesn't allow you, though, to withhold initial incident reports or 911 audios. We had asked for the audio recording of the 911 call reportedly made by Laken Riley when she was allegedly being assaulted, the initial arrest report, and the initial incident report. We say 911 records are public, and they can be released to the public as long as redactions are made or any names, addresses, or telephone numbers of the person placing the call. Similarly, initial arrest and incident reports are supposed to be public. Well, we know they're prosecuting someone. I mean, these are just like initial preliminary reports. Typically public under state law. Why are they being withheld? Riley, a 22-year-old student at Georgia's Augusta University, was killed while jogging in a park on the University of Georgia campus. Her alleged killer is an illegal alien from Venezuela. There are political forces that wish to suppress the truth about what happened to Laken Riley. But Judicial Watch will insist on transparency under the law for the public interest and the public safety. And of course, this has gotten Joe Biden into trouble because he doesn't seemingly care about the violence he has wrought. Let's go to the videotape of him reacting in excruciating fashion, getting the poor girl's name wrong.
Laken Riley, an innocent young woman who was killed by an illegal. That's right. But how many of the thousands of people being killed by illegals?
Well, I don't even know what he's saying there. Beside the point. It's Laken Riley. Lincoln, I think, is the football coach. There you go. He's okay. Laken's the one who's dead, Mr. President. And of course, what was the left's reaction? He called them illegals. You're not allowed to call illegal aliens illegals, shorthand. Illegal aliens, by the way, is a legal term. It's in federal law. Illegals is an easy shorthand. And so rather than apologize for not even knowing the name of this poor girl who's been across the national news, he apologizes to the murderer. Let's go to that tape.
You used the word illegal when talking about the man who allegedly killed Laken Riley.
An undocumented person. And I shouldn't have used illegal. It's undocumented. And look, when I spoke about the difference between Trump and me, one of the things I talked about on the border was that the way he talks about vermin, the way he talks about these people polluting the blood. I talked about what I'm not going to do, what I won't do. I'm not going to treat any of these people with disrespect.
So you regret using that word?
Yes.
When you talk about like a Marxist struggle session, denounce yourself for saying something politically incorrect that we've deemed politically incorrect, even though it's been used for decades as just a normal term to describe illegal aliens, people unlawfully present, or people who you brought in here who should be unlawfully present. But that's where we are. Poor girl gets murdered. We can't get key information about her murder by, looks like, an illegal alien, and the President of the United States, rather than trying to vindicate her right to life, apologizes to the illegal aliens who are killing Americans and the left that enables them on MSNBC. So this is why Judicial Watch's work is important, because we don't get distracted by the communist propaganda. Yeah, I said it, communist. You want to destroy the country? You're a communist. You're a leftist. You want to destroy the country through open borders? You're a communist. You don't care about Americans getting murdered by people who shouldn't be here? You're a communist. And Biden's kowtowing to it. Just terrible. Enabling it. The fact he hasn't been impeached is another failure of leadership by the Republican-controlled House, by the way. Yeah, taking money from China, running a racketeering operation is pretty darn bad, but allowing the invasion of the United States, putting lives at risk, getting people killed, isn't that worse? Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and like our video down below.